this. And that really puts it into the South African rugby because that's the first game for the opening of the World Cup. So we can get into their mind psychologically from the New Zealand point of view. Just bodes better for the All Black team to be announced as they head into World Cup. So I want the Highlanders to win big time.
Absolutely. Anything else happening sporting-wise around the chaps there, Rino?
Yeah, well, for the VA boys, the sponsors on board with this wonderful full-time show. We keep a good bias when it comes to ethnicity. Hey, thanks for being part of the show. But the VA Supercars rock underway in Winton. Let's all go there. So we'll see how the Kiwi boys will go in the Fords and the Holden. But obviously, the other big talking point is the Cricket World Cup. And I know JT really excited about this. I'm not too sure about Raa, but the Cricket World Cup gets underway next weekend officially, and our first opponent is up against Sri Lanka. What's good about this World Cup is it's not in pool play. Every team is going to play each other. I think it's been since 1992, I think, if I heard right, since they played it like this instead of pool play. So you get to play each other. They arrived over there and where it's all been hosted, and yeah, obviously there will be a bit of a pre-hit out with some of the teams, but just excited to see this Cricket World Cup because, a few years ago we were right up there, mate.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's going to be an interesting one. What do you reckon there, JT?
Yeah, looking forward to that, boys. Especially if New Zealand makes the final, which is on Sunday, the 14th of July, because the wife and I arrive into Paris on the 12th on the Friday. So, mate, if there's a chance that we're in the final, and I've already said to Lois, I said, look, if we're in that final, we can't not go. I'm sure we'll be able to bludge a ticket from somewhere. So, yeah, looking forward to a good tournament. Just obviously love New Zealand to win, but equally, as long as the Poms or the Aussies don't win it, I'm happy.
True that.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true indeed. Also, well, the ANZ Premiership netball season, the regular season ended up, of course, on Wednesday gone, with the Steel, the Southern Steel. Boy, they really cleaned up the Northern Stars in that game, 63-46. The Steel in their final series will play the Stars once again, and in that game we'll obviously see who goes on to play the final against the Pulse on June the 3rd. So, yeah, obviously the Steel looking too good at the moment, eh? What do you reckon there, Rino?
Yeah, they are. They're hitting it at the right time. Look, they've been there before. They are the defending champs. And the Central Pulse team, I love to see the Central Pulse win it because they've been the dominant team through this ANZ Premiership. But we know the two are going to come together, and this Steel team will show why they are forced to reckon with. It will be a tough game, Keithy. See what happens. The Silver Fern squad was announced midweek by the assistant coach, Debbie Fuller. Knowles and, of course, Laura Langman over there in Australia with other netball duties. But, yeah, interesting. Bailey Mess manages to keep herself in the squad in the shooting circle. But exciting times ahead. Maria Falau, she's also back there with her experience, 100-plus games. And Laura Langman in the middle there, Gina Campton in the middle as well. Casey Korpua gets back in there, the legend, the stalwart of Silver Ferns. And it's exciting times ahead for netball. They need to bounce back after the demise of recent years gone by under the former coach. Also, new coach, mate, has been appointed for the Wellington Phoenix team. You can say this name if you want to, UFUK. That's how you spell his first name. I won't say it. Okay. Say it wrong. Yeah, I think it might be Ufuk. But anyway, Mr. Tale. I'll call him Mr. Tale.
Tale,
the new coach for the Wellington Phoenix team. Is right. So there you go. So a commentator's curse.
Wouldn't it be just the worst, having to announce that name?
Oh, hey boys.
Especially if the guy misses a goal, when your market says misses a goal, you're going to go.
Oh man, that would be just.
Family show.
Oh, that would be just terrible, man. Just absolutely terrible. Well, anyway, I guess we move on. No doubt. I guess we move on to certainly the part of the show that we tend to enjoy. At least some of us certainly enjoy a part of the show that we call. Well, it's coming, people, it's coming. A part of the show that we love to call...
Put the Boot In!
My Put the Boot In, first of all, is going out to this person. I'm going to put the Boot Ins. I'm putting the boot into this person who's trying to ring through to me on Facebook. There, now we've gotten rid of him. So big kia ora kit going out to you. Put the boot into you. There we go.
Put the Boot In!
But my actual Put the Boot In is going out to the Game of Thrones fans. To the Game of Thrones fans. In the most part, they've been watching Game of Thrones, and then all of a sudden we come to the last season and everybody hates it. You know, there are just so many Game of Thrones fans out there that just hate the last season. You know, if you hate the last season, that's all good and fine with me, but you don't have to go and explode and tell HBO that they need to go and make the entire whole season all over again, or even the last episode or whatever. So there you go. That's my
Put the Boot In!
Yeah, my Put the Boot In is going into this economist, New Zealand economist, who I don't think is even a Kiwi, but he's a New Zealand economist, and he's going on about the government wanting to borrow some money. And he said, as long as the money they borrow doesn't go to the beneficiaries. And I thought to myself, well, he could be right or he could be wrong, depending on your viewpoint. But at the end of the day, you know, the best thing to invest any money in is people. So, you know, for right or wrong, I just found it kind of insulting that this guy who, you know, is supposed to be New Zealand, even though I don't think he was, makes statements like that. Just seems a bit sort of biased in my viewpoint. So, yeah, these economists, I think they should just keep their thoughts to themselves.
Put the Boot In!
Yeah, my Put the Boot In goes into one specific TV channel, their hosts say morning show. Two guys and a lady in there, and I was watching it because I was down the line on holidays, you all know, down the south. Couldn't get no TV1, so I had to end up watching TV3 and watching their morning show. Man, what a lot of rubbish. That guy, that host of the show, I thought to myself, yeah, he thinks his, don't smell. And I thought, oh, well, what a dumb show and boring show that was. And he just thinks he's the man. So, to that stupid show, I had to endure for a couple of hours on a mid-morning I think it was. Oh, no, it was morning, 6 to 9 or whatever it was. I just want to put the boot into that show. I won't say the name. We'll get the show in trouble. But, yeah, there's my Put the Boot In on that Pacific show on TV3.
Put the Boot In!
Yeah, my Put the Boot In today goes into a 21-year-old bloke, or 21-year-old dickhead named Fraser Milne, who, unfortunately, Reno, is from Paeroa. Now, this tosser pleaded guilty to dangerous driving, injuring with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. Now, he was involved in an accident with a Chinese family, and so he ended up in a ditch. He's given chase and blocked their car in. Several exchanges have occurred before they got away. So he's driven to the shops where he was overheard venting his anger to locals. He was overheard saying things like, Asians are taking over the country and effing Asians have just damaged his car. So by chance, unfortunately for the Asian family, they've driven past the shop, so he's chased them again, this time ramming their car until it lands on its roof, causing two of the children to be flung from the car and land on the road. He's carried on like an idiot, and luckily for the Chinese family, some locals have come along and pulled him away. And, mate, I'll tell you what, if it was one of us boys, we'd be in the clink straight away, but this is sentencing is a lie, so that's my Put the Boot In.
Put the Boot In!
So, some, like you said, JT, there are dickheads everywhere, though, aren't there, eh? Just everywhere.
This bloke is the president of the Paeroa chapter, no doubt about it.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah, I know the kid too, and he's exactly like that portrays him too. And JT, you're right, mate. Anyone else, the boy would have got the once over. That's just, yeah.
It's the thing with small communities, everybody knows everybody's there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just stupid. I read that yesterday when I was driving back from Hamilton. I thought to myself, what the hell, little Fraser, you idiot. Yeah, just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could say worse words than dickhead, obviously, because he deserves all that type of stuff thrown towards him. I think the old Jackie Chans will get a hold of him inside and give him the once over.
Yes, I dare say so. What was your Put the Boot In again, Reno?
Oh, this dumb TV show I had to watch one morning.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's some rubbish shows on TV, though, rubbish, yeah. There's a lot of rubbish shows on TV. No wonder hardly anybody watches TV these days, especially in the morning. Hey.
Oh, rubbish.
Oh.
I don't know. This dude just thinks he's the man.
There's the political dude, or it used to be a political reporter.
Used to be, yeah.
Oh, so I think I know exactly.
Anyway, yeah.
And there's another guy on there who used to be a cricket player.
Yeah, he's the other one too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there's some rubbish shows on TV, man. Now, Raa, what was your put the boot in again?
It's Economist, bro. It's the usual David Goliath story. Like, you know, he not short of him blasphemising beneficiaries. Like, they might rip the system off for $1,000, and you know, in his book and many others, you know, that's a big crime. But if it was an investor or some wealthy guy who the government had given millions of dollars to, he wouldn't even say anything about it. And you know, that guy lost the millions of dollars. It'll be okay, you know, sort of thing.
Yes.
One of those sort of attitudes.
Yes.
What sucks, and you could just tell in his, you know, in his voice when he was making the comments that it was a stereotype, and yeah, sort of, and you know, he wasn't even really a Kiwi, and I think it was why do we let these fools in the country? Yeah. You know, what's that old saying? You know, he didn't want to invest money. He wasn't keen to go investing money in people. I mean, what's that saying? Most important thing is people. So you know.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. Anyway, that pretty much ends us off here on Fulltime. I want to say thanks once again to our man Raa Walker. Always great being able to catch up with you during the weekend in the middle of the week there, bro.
Yeah, thanks, Captain Keithy, and happy weekend to the boys, and of course, celebratory congrats to the Warriors and their 25 years or whatever, and he's hoping they can secure a win against the Broncos. And don't forget, if you land at Sky, the game's live on Prime at 7 tonight.
Also, Rino, awesome being able to catch up with you once again, and I know you enjoyed your little excursion down to the South Island, eh? Was it awesome once again catching up with you?
Yeah, mate, always good to talk to the boys on a Saturday morning. Everyone out there, enjoy the weekend. Next weekend's a long weekend, Queen's birthday weekend, so enjoy that as well. And yeah, we'll catch up midweek.
And JT, hopefully you'll enjoy the remainder of the weekend here, eh, bro?
Yes, I will. I just can't believe we've talked about certain organisations being done. I cannot believe that the Tamaki's got through our show without getting slammed this week for launching their stupid political parties. They can't even talk properly. She doesn't even know what's your policies, or we haven't got any yet. What do you have to do? We want to look after families, children, and people in prison, please. All those three can't even vote. Have a good weekend, boys.